Ooh, look at the iPhone 6s go. Look at that video. It's just way ahead right now. What the heck, S9? So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. We're bringing back the 6S for this one. iPhone 6S versus Galaxy S9. Let's begin with a boot up test in 3, 2, let's go. And see which one can get there first. I do think it's gonna be the S9, but sometimes Apple phones do shock me. Sometimes Samsung phones shock me. So I really don't know at this point, but let's see which one does get there first. So you can see Samsung showing its logo. Looks like the Apple's close though. So let's see what happens here. Nope, it's the Galaxy S9 as expected. It is a newer phone from 2018, 2016 model iPhone here, which is still, by the way, a really good iPhone. It's just, the new ones come out so fast and they get superseded really quickly here. So boot up goes to the Galaxy S9. Okay, so what about their fingerprint scanner? Which one is quicker? Now, first of all, you can't open the 6S just by resting your fingerprint, whereas you can with the S9. You can see I could just rest my fingerprint on the lock screen, but to do this test, we're just gonna have them on the lock screen and see which one is actually quicker. So 3, 2, 1, and you see that is the S9, and no matter how I try this or get it perfect every time, it's always gonna go to the S9. I've tested it multiple times before I even shot this video. There's just no comparison in the speed. Now, the iPhone 6S at its time when it first came out was the fastest fingerprint scanner ever on the market. But now, Android phones have caught up, and the S9 is actually now faster than the iPhone series when it comes to unlocking your phone. It's even faster than Face ID on the iPhone 10. All right, so before we do the app speed test, you can see iOS 11.2.6 on the left and Android Oreo Samsung Experience version 9.0 on the right. So we have arrived at the application portion of this speed test. Can the 2-year-old iPhone 6S stand toe-to-toe with Samsung's latest? Let's find out. You can see all the applications are closed on the right and on the left. Let's begin with clock. 3, 2, 1. You can see that is the right. Going into calendar. 3, 2, 1. That is the right once again. Let's go into calculator. You can see that was about the same slightly to the animation on the right, giving the S9 the win. Let's go into phone. Missed that one for the 6S. We're going to do that one more time. Let's go into phone. You can see that is the S9 over there on the right. Let's go into YouTube. YouTube opens first on the right. It's way behind is the 6S on the left. So no wins yet to the 6S. Let's go to Twitter. Twitter on the right. There's the S9. Let's go into WhatsApp. You can see what WhatsApp is first on the right. Let's go into Snapchat. Snapchat's a win on the right. Coming home. Let's go into Amazon. And you can see Amazon is first on the right. Let's go into Chrome. Chrome opens first on the right as well. Let's go into Lightroom. And you can see Lightroom is first on the right easily. Coming over, let's go into Netflix. And you can see Netflix is ahead on the right again. So no win so far to the 6S. Nice performance for the S9. Let's go into speed test. And you can see speed test ahead on the right. Let's go into jetpack. Can the 6S come back in the games though? It might just do that. No, not here on Jetpack Joyride, it doesn't. So there's the 6S and waiting and done. Let's come home. Let's go into dead trigger. 3, 2, 1. And see if the 6S can win here. And no, the 6S loses here. I'm actually quite shocked. I thought it was going to win that test right there. Let's go into Adobe Clip. And you can see Adobe Clip is opened on the right first. Then on the left, we will render in just a second after this test. Let's go into Geekbench. And you can see Geekbench is first on the right. So the 6S loses literally every single app in a single, application. Let's go through the multitasking now. All right, guys, so we're going to run backwards now through the apps. Let's go to Geekbench. You can see about the same. Let's go into Adobe Clip. And that is the right dead trigger. That is the left. So the 6S showing a better animation so far on the RAM management, it looks like. Let's go into Jetpack. Yep, again, a better RAM management look for the 6S. Speed test. That's first on the right. Netflix. That's first on the right. Let's go into Lightroom. That's first on the left. Let's go into Chrome. That's first on the left. Let's go into Amazon. So the 6S showing its stuff here on the backwards when we go through RAM management. Let's go to Snapchat. You can see the 6S. Let's go into WhatsApp. About the same. Let's go into Twitter. That looked like the 6S. Let's go into YouTube. Looks like the 6S as well. What about phone? That one might have been the S9. You call that one on the phone. Let's go into calculator. That one looked very similar as well. It's really hard to see these. Let's go into calendar. You can see that's the 6S. What about clock? And that is the 6S. So this was pretty close on the RAM management. I think the 6S actually looks a little bit faster when you're actually going through the applications. You know, the first time around, the S9 is faster, but when it comes to opening them up, the 6S actually looks to have a little bit faster of a load time when it comes to that RAM management, you could see, but it's only milliseconds, and sometimes the S9 is actually faster. So, you know, this one is really hard to call. You guys basically seen it right here. They're pretty close when it comes to the RAM management. So before this video, I shot a little 41-second 1080p clip and I put it in Adobe Clip. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna render these two at the same time and see which one does render it first. So over here on the right, we have the 41-second clip. Again, this is just regular 1080p. The 4K, you know, it would have been a little bit longer, so I just put it in 1080. So we're gonna share it here. We're gonna save to gallery, and then I'm gonna go over here on the iPhone, and I'm gonna save to camera roll. So 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Woo, look at the iPhone 6S go. Look at that video. It's just way ahead right now. What the heck, S9? Seriously, look at this right now. There's the iPhone right there, ripping through that stuff. Ripping through it. Wow. Look at the iPhone 6S. It's already done. You can just hit OK. It's done. We're still waiting on the S9. If you guys want to wait a little bit longer, we'll just leave the video rolling. I might speed it up in just a second. But this is ridiculous. A 2-year-old phone can render video faster than my brand new $800 phone. Well, you got something still to brag about, 6S users. You definitely have a more powerful video editing phone. I'm gonna have a drink of water while we're waiting on this S9 right now. I'm gonna have a drink of water while we're waiting on this S9 right now. A little Ice Mountain action. I'm gonna take a nap probably before we, by the time we finish this video on S9. What's going on? What's going on, S9? Is this how you treat your folks that buy you? Is this how you treat them? Finally, the S9 finishes. So the S9 is not going to be your go-to video phone. I mean, it'll do the job, but you better put it down, you know, go do something, come back, it'll be done. Whereas the 6S will be like, give me 1 second. Let me rip this thing up and be done. Geekbench it is. Let's go ahead and see which one can score higher in the CPU benchmark. I'll be back when these are done because we're not going to wait 2 minutes looking at some bar just go all the way across this Geekbench, are we? So I'll be back in just a second. All right, so the final score is in for the S9. This is pretty rare. You don't usually see an Android phone beat an iPhone when it comes to finishing this test. And for the first time in a while, I actually see a massively improved score on the Android side of things versus the iPhone side of things. So a much better score here on the S9 versus the 6S. You can see not too much better though, only 1,000 points in the single core. So like the newer iPhones are way ahead in the single core of the S9, but they're pretty close in the multi-core. But the multi-core results on the S9 just crushed the 6S. So synthetic benchmarks show the S9 to be a much more powerful phone. But you've seen in this video that the 6S, while it is not a faster phone than the S9, it could definitely keep up with it. It's not like if you were using a 6S, you would be like on a slow phone or anything like that. But I think you do feel that speed a little bit more in the S9. So if you were to do this upgrade, you will feel it if you get the S9. Just on video editing, iPhone is still the way to go. Any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, leave it down below in the comments section. I'll get back to as many comments as possible. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace out.